Number 5. Juggernaut. People who are huge nerds, which is about everyone these days, knows that Juggernaut means this guy. But in English, it actually means a strong, unstoppable force. Kinda cringe, right? For real, for real. But hey, the word originates in Sanskrit again. The word is formed using two separate words. Jagat means world and Nath means Lord. So the word Jagannath is the OG word for the word Juggernaut. Surprisingly, it is not a terribly old word either. It came to Western world after the British conquest of India. The British saw the annual procession of chariots carrying a little Jagannath, and the Brits were still using the word as a synonym to a huge wagon bearing an image of a Hindu god. Mary Shelley used the term in her novel The Last Man, published in 1826, to describe the plague. Like Juggernaut, she proceeds, crushing out the beings of all who strew the high road of life. And that was it. One book was able to create and change the meaning of this word completely. Number 4. Jungle. This is going to be a short one. The words we have covered so far did change a bit, here and there, but this word didn't change at all. Jungle in common terms means forest, but the original meaning of this word was arid, mostly desert like region. Somehow, as it moved from Sanskrit to English, while taking some breaks in the Middle East, reversed its meaning into forest. The meaning is probably more closely related with the fact that a jungle was land where there was not any human habitation or cultivation, rather than a description of an arid area. Number 3. Name. For the longest time, name was not pronounced name, but instead naam. In English, yes, the linguists give the credit for this word to proto-uralic, but the origins are far older and come directly from Sanskrit. The word didn't jump directly from Sanskrit to English, but took its regular route to Sanskrit, to Proto-Germanic, then German, to the modern English. Number 2. Pal. I'm going to write over the earlier section where we talked about the word brother. It is a bit lazy, I know, but hear me out. The word for brother, bhratra, actually is the original word for the word pal. It takes a bit detour this time, as this time the word is taken up by Romanians. Yes, Romanians, or the gypsies that we used to call before year 2020, are people of Indian subcontinental origins. More on that in some other video. While migrating, they took this word and turned it into fral, which still exists in modern day Romanian. The migrating gypsies eventually ended up in Britain and turned their tongue into Anglo-Romani, where fral got simplified into fal. And as Englishmen like to do, they further simplified it into pal. Number 1. Wheel. This is my favorite one, and that's why it's on number 1. Wheel is the third most important step in civilization, right after the invention of farming and fire. Everyone knows this, whoever has played Age of Empires. The original word for wheel sounded similar to chakra, which literally translates to rotating things in Sanskrit. Now, the fascinating thing about the word is that it reached ancient Greeks. It turned into keklos, which later turned into another word, kuklos, which they still use for the things such as ring or circle. But not kuklos, but keklos actually reached Proto-Germanic, where the K, as in k, turns into h, as in hers. Thus, the word keklos becomes hevla. You know where I'm going here, right? Hevla, about 1000 years ago, became Heul, as the language tends to simplify the things, and eventually, after its brief existence as whale, it turned into wheel as we know it. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been fascinated with Proto Indo Europeans for a while, and I'm planning to cover some more topics around that. Feel free to suggest some topics and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao.